Good morning again, John Augustine. Back again. The year 2013 in Ireland, some of the events. Uh, on the 3rd of December 2013, a tribunal, we had a lot of tribunals, but this tribunal was very important. It found Garda collusion in the Garda station in Dundalk, which is near the border and known by the British as El Paso, as if like they hadn't got a hand at acting part in it, which it was part of their problem, more of their problem than anything. We should take their nose out of the country. In the murder of two superintendents that had visited Dundalk to confer with the superiors there about what way they would handle the problems that were very much in the Northern Ireland, and we suffered here in Dublin as a result of it as well, with bombings that took place and many innocent people killed. It had nothing to do with them. And the British Secret Service involved, apparently. Although they deny it. 3 bombs, one in Talbot Street, one in North Earl Street, one in Monaghan and one somewhere else. And that was a very bad thing for something to happen in the Garda station in Dundalk, that there was what they call a mole, somebody that wasn't supporting the state in the way that they're taking oath to do. I pity they couldn't put their finger on whoever it was, and that he'd be drummed out of it. So that was a very sad event. And probably the last visit from anybody from the RUC to Dundalk. And then also on that date, the 3rd of the 12th, Colm Keaveney, who was a Labour TD and a very competent individual, was expelled for that because he didn't support some old nonsense that they were at, whether this Gilmore that caused such trouble. But he joined Fianna Fáil. I think he went on for good things afterwards. Colm, he'd be named after St. Colm Kill, in short for Colm. And then Forbes magazine, a very influential US magazine, they ranked Ireland as one of the best places to do business, best countries to do business. That was a great recommendation for such an influential magazine. And perhaps in 2013, I think we had some businesses here, but it probably attracted more, including Elon Musk, that great financier now that owns what used to be called Twitter, and he calls it Interthink. It's a funny name for a company. It doesn't give you an idea what it does, but he's standing up for kind of truth, which is a scarce commodity in some quarters. And he was interviewed there by Gript, an organisation by Life Institute, by an individual who looked to be looking down all the time, and he looked to be a citizen of some other, his forebears from some other jurisdiction. He didn't look to me to be Irish descent. He But he interviewed and Elon Musk, which is not, from Elon Musk's point of view, it wasn't live, it was just what he was saying. So he just asked him questions all the time. He didn't elaborate on what, because didn't seem to have that maturity to do that. But nonetheless, Elon Musk was good, and he's forthright. I think he deals in facts, and that's the best way to do things. And but it was a little unsatisfactory that there wasn't somebody of a more mature variety interviewing him that would be able to sort of follow up with some of the things he says and develop them. You don't want to just continually be asking questions and passing no remark on what he's after saying. It's a one very peculiar way to interview, and it wouldn't be the way we would approach. And certainly, I don't ever remember approaching Anthony with that attitude. I don't think I'd go very far if I didn't adopt sort of a more dealing with whoever I was talking to. Yeah, so there we are. Anyway, Steve's an interview, so it's a good thing to get an interview with somebody of that importance, so busy. But he has a European headquarters here based in Ireland, and I think when Mr. Varricker, this Taoiseach stroke Prime Minister that we have, he kind of dismissed Mr. Elon Musk that he wouldn't know much about here, but he does know quite a bit because his headquarters is here. Did Mr. Varricker not realise that? Is he so clueless? He had a right to respect his views, but does he not respect anybody's views? Does he think has the sort of, his views don't, I don't like his views myself, Mr. Varricker. He doesn't seem to respect other views. And some very decent builder, financier, and that built hospitals, offered to build a children's hospital in the 200 acres at Connolly Hospital in Dublin, where there's plenty of space for children to be able to see a bit of greenery. He didn't even meet him, and people were disgusted. And commentators as well, especially Mr. Pat Kenny, couldn't believe it. Instead of that, he built it in James's Street, the worst site in the country, costing billions. And that's not going to be too good for children. You can't even go next or near James's Street. It takes you ages to try and get through it. I used to avoid it like the plague donkeys years ago when I was travelling down the country, and I was coming from the south side, Bray for that matter. I'd go any other way, bar that way. So there we are. We live and learn, don't we? But those of us with a long experience have our opinions based on what we know and what we went through. Bye now, and enjoy the rest of your day until this evening, when I'll be doing some other little programs, including my hymn. So reserve your places there for that. Bye now.